Hey everybody, Joe here with Candid the Movies. This time I wanted to talk to you all about the documentary series on Netflix called Mr. McMahon. Now, for those of you who know me, I've been a lifelong wrestling fan. I've had, some ups, some downs. My favorite era was the Attitude Era in WWE. There were some lulls in between there where in between then and now where I did not watch because the content was a little so I went over to AEW and watched some of their stuff, which AEW is actually doing quite well now with their stories. They had a bit of a lull too earlier this year, but they picked back up, so shout out to them as well. But I'm just overall a wrestling fan, whether it be TNA or the local AML wrestling or Japanese wrestling. I just think that it's all very entertaining. And for those of you who want to get down in the comments and be like, how can you watch something that you know is so fake? First of all, it's not fake, it's scripted. Okay, so if you try to pull off some of the moves and stunts that these wrestlers are doing at home, you will fail and probably bust your head wide open and die. Okay, so these are professionals, right? So have some respect. One, two, it is scripted. So yes, we understand that all of these stories about, say, like the bloodline and all of these things are scripted. They are written. They are it's just like a soap opera. You know what I'm saying? Why do you watch anything fake? You know what I'm saying? Why do you watch television? It's for the story. So yes, I watch for the story as well as the wrestling and the amazing stunts that these professionals are doing. So anyway, Mr. McMahon is about Vince McMahon. And as some of you may know, some of you may not, he has been in the hot seat and some hot water as of late due to some grape claims and assault claims and things like that. We at Candid at the Movies, we do believe the victims before we will believe the assailants or I would say alleged assailants and things like that. But Mr. McMahon is about the rise and fall in some cases of this genius. Okay, whatever you want to say about him, this man was an entertainment genius. He took wrestling, which we call wrestling down here in North Carolina. He took wrestling and took all the wrestlers from New York and Florida and Missouri and all of that stuff and was able to combine them together through all odds, even going up against his own father's wishes, right? To create what is now known as the World Wrestling Entertainment Company, right? I'm not sure if it's company or incorporated. I should have probably researched that. But anyway, you have a lot of wrestlers on there talking about how Vince McMahon was like a father to them, how he brought them on and things like that. But also he has, some of the people who are detractors, talking about how power hungry he was, how his wrestling persona was really who he was as a person in some ways and things like that. And I think that he was a very complex, or is a very complex person, someone who probably should be studied in the future, honestly, because while you can be a genius, you can also have a lot of bad things in your closet, right? I.e. R. Kelly, i.e. P. Diddy, right? Like, you have professional geniuses that are doing these wonderful things in entertainment, music, film, and all that stuff. But then you have the dark side. And I think that, I think a little more than halfway through, all of this stuff really starts to drop, right? During the filming. So then Vince has to not be on his own documentary, I guess, based off of what his attorneys were saying to him, is like, hey, just back. But it also kind of talks about how it affected his children and his wife, and some of the things that they went through and stuff like that. I think that it's just, I can't say more and more about, this documentary. I highly suggest that you watch this documentary. Um, it's a good documentary to watch. It has several episodes, and I think that you all will learn something from it, especially if you are a wrestling fan. If you have a wrestling nerd heart like myself, it's super dope, man. I think that Vince, like I said, is a very complex person, very complex, and he had some people in his circle as well that were also very complex people. So let me know down in the comments below whether or not you actually watched this documentary. And if not, if you would consider watching it based off of this review. I've been Joe with Candid at the Movies. Please click that like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell. And y'all take care. Have a fantastic day. Peace.